So this is my maternal grandmother's father's family's last enslaver. His name was Dr. William Alexander Hill. This is him on the porch with his wife on the plantation at the home that my ancestors literally built. When this photo was taken, my ancestors would have been around the corner because they lived around the corner. Today, the plantation and home is worth over $1 million. How did I find this out? Well, Ambrose Powell Hill Sr., not to be confused with his nephew Jr., bequeathed to his son William Alexander Hill my family, the Champs, right here in his will. My third great grandmother, Mary Champ, she was the cook for the Hill family. She took care of the household duties. So Ambrose Powell Hill Sr. gave my family to his son. And when I got my grandmother to take a DNA test, it really revealed how long my family has been attached to this family. You see, Ambrose Powell Hill is the grandson of Ambrose Powell, who's the cousin to President Madison through the Taylors, and also the godfather of Elizabeth Madison. He was also the overseer on the Madison plantation, which was known as Mount Pleasant, which is now known as Montpelier. Ambrose Powell was also a surveyor who accompanied Dr. Thomas Walker to Kentucky and built the first home there. Dr. Thomas Walker was President Thomas Jefferson's legal guardian after his father passed away, Peter Jefferson. George Washington, in a letter to his brother Charles, took note of all the land Ambrose Powell acquired. And then you have General Jubal Anderson Early, who started the Lost Cause, and is probably one of my closest DNA matches because his direct descendants and many Earlys are matching me closer than the other people I just showed you. And at first I was confused about that, but it turns out these people are all connected. All the families that I just showed you are all first families of Virginia, and these elite families generally married within their social class for many generations. It is well documented that each of those families enslaved many American Indians before enslaving any Africans. Paul Jennings, President James Madison's enslaved body servant, was the son of an American Indian woman. So my maternal grandmother's last enslaver, the Hill family, and the Madisons were both descendants of Colonel James Taylor. Back then, when enslavers would visit their cousins, they would take the enslaved people along with them. So the Hill family and the enslaved people, my family, the Champs, are going to visit their cousins, the Madisons, and Paul Jennings is there. So as you can see, this is an interconnected web, not only through documentation, but through DNA. Hence why I get so confused to why people can't fathom the idea of me being American Indian first and then African and European later. That's how it happened. My ancestors were here for thousands of years. Then the immigrants came and blended with my family that was already here. I don't know why people are not understanding this. I hope this documentation helps. I'm not just pulling things out of my ass when I talk to you guys. This is years and years of work and family history that's been passed down to me and documented.